Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our fourth and final part of our four-part episode of Dragonfly Insights with our special guest, Scott Pasillo from Sabre Hospitality Solutions. So the last three sessions, we've definitely learned, what is Sabre and SynXis Retailing. We've learned the success of some of the hotels that have already adopted the technology. We've learned about being creative and how this facilitates an improved guest experience and an improved employee experience, even in servicing our guests and making sure that we're delivering exactly what they want and really getting to that point that we've talked about for years in hospitality of being able to do one-to-one marketing to our guests and providing them the choice that they want to design their own experience with us versus us telling our guests what they need to do when they get there. So Scott, welcome back. We're so glad to have you. And we have a final couple questions for you. So ancillary sales or product attachments are not necessarily a new concept, right? And what I've heard from some clients, which I think I've mentioned to you before, is that people aren't understanding how is this different from the add-ons that SynXis already has? And, why should hotels want to move over to the new retailing studio when they can just have an add-on in the booking engine and they think that that's sufficient and that works fine. So how is it differentiated?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this concept in general, right? SynXis Retail Studio is unlike anything out there in the hospitality industry. If you think of all the personalization that exists in the e-commerce world, and you think about all of the reports you hear about how e-commerce titans scale up rapidly, it's by providing personalization. What many folks may be aware of about add-ons they're static. They are not able to be priced. They don't bring in intelligence. They are not a retailing storefront. They are basically a list of options, right? And nobody wants to really experience that as they're shopping. SynXis Retail Studio opens up new revenue streams before a guest ever checks in. And in the near future, it will unlock revenue streams during the guest stay and after the guest stay. And eventually, it is going to allow you to retail without having a room needing to be booked. So Retail Studio, unlike some of the static tools that are out there, Retail Studio utilizes a powerful AI and machine learning system to power a recommendation engine which learns behaviors of your shoppers. So when offers are creating well for a particular parameter, those offers will be shown more often or in a higher position on the screen for that customer or for that trip type. Exactly what you would see in a retailing or e-commerce storefront. So for example, based on past bookings, the system is going to learn that for a trip with 2 adults and 2 children, I should always offer breakfast because that is frequently purchased. It's this AI and ML in the background that's learning. So think of it like when you shop online and other products are suggested to you based on what other buyers have purchased as well. It's that same concept. Recommendations will continue to be served up to your guests that will be relevant to their trip based on past behaviors. We've also invested a lot of time into the user experience to show that it is easy to find the components that you're looking for and that it's incentivizing you to complete that purchase. And so it's more than just ancillaries, right? Which is where I think people get caught in the past. They only think about that static little, I can add an add-on. But with Retail Studio, you can truly sell anything. You can sell attributes of the room. You could sell policies. You could sell service. You could sell merchandise. You could sell experiences. You could sell spaces in the hotel, right? I work from home in Seattle. I don't go to the Dallas office, but when I go and I'm in a hotel, sometimes I need a little workspace. Imagine being able to retail that workspace that I could crash in for an hour to take a call with you, Carol, and one of your important hotels just by booking it during my room securing process, or later on going back in and just securing that room for an hour. It can support infinite products time components, right? I can book that room from 2 to 3 o'clock only, and that removes it from the inventory. It has inventory controls and so much more. So this is, again, elevating hospitality out of just these little static components that anybody could add on. And can you really guarantee it to something that is retailing, where it's monetized, where it's inventory controlled, and where it will flow into your PMS as a way for your front office to know? And why is now the time for me to adopt a retailing strategy? And I would argue that this is the moment for you to adopt that retailing strategy, right? Your guests, they're expecting personalization now. It is no longer a luxury. It is a mandate from our guests that they get to personalize it. And in a period where you do have less staff, the ability to give the guests the opportunity to personalize their own stay unlocks opportunity for you.
And I would think, Scott, that I would think that it will be a true differentiator for hotels on a go-forward basis. And in reality, you know, in the Dragonfly world, we work with a lot of independent boutique or smaller hotel groups, and to think of the fact that this could enable them to differentiate themselves from a big brand and what they're able to deliver, I think is extremely powerful proposition, right? I think in talking and hearing you talk through this, one of the things that from research standpoint that has been very, very clear, Muse did a study about, you know, guest expectation, and one of the things that was so clear is that people are looking for meaningful experiences. They don't want to just go and stay in a box in a hotel and not have meaning to it. And I think that there was some of that, of course, pre-COVID, but I think now everyone realizes how important that is. And so again, from a timing perspective, to me, just with the global environment and what we've all been through, this is a really great time to enable guests to truly have that amazing experience that they're looking for, whether they're traveling on a group business or for a meeting for BT or for leisure. So I think it is a really good time to introduce this and to you know, train our hotel guests how to use it, right? Well, listen, Scott, it's been wonderful to have you. I think I know a lot. Yeah, I think I've learned a lot. I know we've looked at this before together, but having this conversation with you really opened my eyes to you know, what Sabre is doing, what SynXis Retail Studio can offer, and what power is behind it, as well as, you know, why we should do it now, why the industry should adopt it now, and what the potential is from a revenue uplift and guest satisfaction uplift. So super exciting days. I wish you all the luck in launching this and look forward to partnering with you to get some of our clients live on it. So for more information on SynXis Retail Studio, visit saberhospitality.com, or you can find Scott's information, his contact information in our recap, and certainly reach out to him or reach out to us, and we'd be happy to connect with you about the benefits of this. Once again, this is our final episode. Thank you, Scott, for being here. We appreciate your partnership, and we look forward to more in the future.
Thanks a lot, Carol. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.